Hello everybody, how are you all doing today? Hope you're all doing well. In today's video I'm going to be doing a lot of talk about the Beach Boys. I got quite a lot of Beach Boys stuff to show, so forgive me that this is probably going to be a pretty long video. I'll try and make it as short as possible, but there's a lot of stuff to go through. But for the most part this video is going to be talking about some compilation stuff from the Beach Boys, not so much focused on their actual albums. There might be a few shown here and there, but we're actually going to start in the Beach Boys' career and in 1966 with the Pet Sounds album. So in 1966 the Beach Boys, mainly Brian Wilson, worked on this album to get this released. This is my green and yellow vinyl copy, by the way. Brian kind of wanted to get away from the car and surf tunes and kind of work on some more of his more personal type music, some more advanced stuff. And well, that album did do fairly well. I think, if I remember, it reached number 10 in the charts. A lot of fans and Capitol themselves were not too thrilled with it, and they wanted to regain some of the sales that they were possibly going to be losing. So as we start off in 1966 with that album, 2 months after the release of Pet Sounds, Capitol decided to put out the Best of the Beach Boys. Kind of focused more on their earlier songs from 63 to 65. And then they kind of tried to recapture some of the earlier hits that they had there with that album. So this is that would be the first compilation album of many, as you'll see in this video, by the Beach Boys. In 1974, I should say that there's probably some albums I won't be showing in here just because I don't have them. But I'm sure there's probably plenty more that are out there that I don't have here in this video. But I'm just showing the ones that I actually have in my collection. So, in 1974, Capitol released another compilation album. This is Endless Summer. This is a 2 LP set. And this is focusing mainly on their 1962 to 1965 period. This album actually did reach number 1 in the charts. It's kind of interesting that it focuses on the 62 to 65 period, but they got artwork of their, their later hippie looking with their beards and everything. But it's still a really good album. One of the ones that got me into the Beach Boys in the beginning. So, and then the next year, 1975, Capitol released The Spirit of America, kind of like a volume 2. Another 2 LP set. And Spirit of America, this reached number 8. It actually only had like a handful of actual hits, but there's still a lot of great songs on here. I mean, there's songs I would consider hits, but they never actually did that well on the charts. And a little bit of trivia: the cover art was done by the same person that did the Endless Summer cover art. Then we move down a few more years to 1981. Here we have another double LP set. Here, this is 10 Years of Harmony. And this is mainly focused on the Brother Records era from 1970 to 1980. And it's got some interesting tracks on this one as well. It's got all the lyrics on the inner sleeve here. And it is a 2 LP set. This is a Caribou Records. Yeah, it does have some interesting songs on there. It's got Dennis Wilson's River song on here, which would be later released on his Pacific Ocean Blue album. And I believe there's a different version of San Miguel. So yeah, that's a pretty good collection, I think. I really enjoy that one. Then moving to 1986, getting into some CDs now. We have Beach Boys Made in USA. This CD actually contains two new songs, Rock and Roll to the Rescue and California Dreamin'. It only reached number 96 on the charts, but it did end up going platinum, so it did fairly well, I think. Another one of the early CDs that I had in my collection. Let's see, we're at 1993 now. We get to the Beach Boys. This is our 30 years of the Beach Boys Good Vibrations box set. For many, many years, this was my favorite box set. It's one of the first ones I ever got. It's just got lots of Beach Boys stuff on it. This actually, I keep looking down because I have some notes here that I want to make sure I get through. This one actually contains 30 minutes of unreleased Smile Sessions tracks. That was, yeah, like I said, it was previously unreleased, so it was really interesting to hear that stuff that I'd never heard before. So it's got this long book here. Some of these books are kind of hard to show on video, but I'll do my best. I know some people like to see a lot of the books and the inserts on the CDs and things, so maybe not show every page, but just a lot of good information on all the tracks here. Some interesting pictures. Then we got the CDs in here like this. Here's CD1. I thought it was cool that they had the orange and yellow swirl label there on the CDs. Here's CD2. Fourth CD. And as an added bonus, they threw in this Sessions CD. It's got lots of unreleased demos and backing tracks, session takes, vocal takes, a few live tracks on there. There's the CD for that one. Yeah, this was my go-to Beach Boys collection for a long time. This is a really good one. Okay, now we're at 1995. This is the Greatest Hits Volume 1, 20 Good Vibrations. This CD actually went double platinum. It did very well. It got lots of hits on there. I remember originally I did have this on cassette and I used to listen to that all the time. And after going double platinum, it was decided that they would put out a sequel to this album in 1999. They show the discography there. You can see the box set. So this one was released in 1995, and in 1999 they re-released this one along with the sequel, but the 95 version and the 99 version of this have a couple differences. Let's see here. The 95 version has the album versions of Be True to Your School and Help Me Rhonda, while the 99 version has the singles versions of those two songs. So this one here is the 95 version. So that's 95. So then in 1996 they came out with this I guess it's an album. It's kind of a collection of their hits, but the thing about this one is the Stars and Stripes Volume 1. It's all songs covered by the country artists of the time, with the Beach Boys as the backing vocalists. There's a few songs on here I like, but I don't think it was real successful. 409 with Junior Brown is probably my favorite track on here. I really like that version. But they got Lori Morgan, James House, Junior Brown, Doug Supernaw, Sawyer Brown, Toby Keith, Ricky Van Shelton, T. Graham Brown, Willie Nelson, Colin Ray, Kathy Tricoli, and Timothy B. Schmidt. Many of those artists I've never heard of. And this would actually mark the last original Beach Boys release to have Carl Wilson on it. He passed away in 1998, so we never had any more new Carl Wilson vocals after that. Let's see, where are we at here? Next, I don't actually have this collection, but I thought I'd just talk about it briefly. In 1997, there was the Pet Sounds Sessions box set. I don't know if some of you have maybe seen it. It's kind of a green box set. It's similar to this, only it's all green. It's just all Pet Sounds session material. It was originally intended to be released in 1996 rather than 1997, but Mike Love, being Mike Love, he had some disagreements with a lot of the essays in there, which didn't regard him as highly as he thought he should have been as part of the writing of those songs. So it was delayed. The essays were rewritten, and it was eventually put out the year later. So then in 1998, the next compilation I have is the Beach Boys Ultimate Christmas album. This is one of my favorite Christmas albums I listen to every year. And this has got the original Christmas album that the Beach Boys released, and it's also got a handful of unreleased tracks from a 1977 Christmas album that was due to come out, but it was never actually released. So they added a bunch of those tracks on here, which is kind of cool. I really like some of those tracks as well. And as far as I know, this is probably the best Beach Boys Christmas album. I think it's out of print, but if you can find this one, this is a really good one to have. Let's see. This one was replaced in 2001 with it's Christmas with the Beach Boys is what it was called. It's basically the exact same album. It's just got different packaging, and it actually leaves off. Let's see. Christmas Time Is Here Again. They do a really good version of that song, but that one's actually left off of the re-released version. So if you can get this one, that would be the one to go for. So as I mentioned earlier, in 1999 they re-released the Greatest Hits Volume 1 along with Greatest Hits Volume 2. It's 20 more Good Vibrations. And this has got several of the early hits that were left off of the Volume 1. I'm not a huge fan of these. I like books better than these. inserts. And then that was 99, and then the next year they released the Greatest Hits Volume 3. This is the Beach Boys' Best of the Brother Years, 1970 to 1986. This album actually never even charted in the United States, but this is kind of my favorite period of the Beach Boys anyway, so I really enjoy this Greatest Hits collection. Essays and stuff in here. Not too much for pictures, but so that was 2000. In 2003 they came out. I don't have the CD for this, but I have a vinyl copy of the Beach Boys, the very best of the Beach Boys, Sounds of Summer. Like I said, it was originally released in 2000 on CD. This is a vinyl reissue that came out in 2016. I just thought I'd show that instead of the CD. Sorry, that was 2003. I believe I said 2000, but that was 2003. It's 30 tracks, which contains nearly every top 40 hit in their career. It reached number 16, despite having all these. So far, they've had all these previous greatest hits compilations and everything, but it still did very well in the charts. So there's that, and then a few years later, in 2007. I kind of consider this maybe like a volume 2 of that. It's the Warmth of the Sun. Just kind of another type of a hits collection. This considered a companion to the Sounds of Summer. It's comprised of fan favorites and hits that were left off the first package. It features several songs that are newly remixed in stereo for the first time and alternate versions on a few tracks. One of the inserts they have here is other CDs that are available in the collection at this point. Here's the Pet Sound Sessions box I was talking about. At this point is when they had these 2 albums per CD. I think those are all out of print at this point. I'm not sure, but yeah, to me this is the kind of the point where they start re-releasing all these songs, but to make the consumer buy it, they got new stereo mixes or kind of an alternate version of a song. So kind of entices some of the collectors to just add another album to their collection. Hope you can see these okay. That one. Okay, we're up to 2007. In 2008, the next year, here's a box set that was released. It's the U.S. Singles Collection, the capital years 1962 to 1965. Just the outside of this box I think is really cool. This has got a raised chrome Beach Boys logo, kind of to look like maybe on a fender of a car or something like that. And then it's got this wood veneer strip all the way around it. So the top slides off like this. And then you got replicas of each one of their singles. Now we'll just quickly go through some of these here. Now we got Surfin' Safari and 409. And all the labels on the CDs are made to look like little 45s. You can see they got the grooves in there. That's really cool. We'll take a look here at this is the paper that was around the box itself. If you can actually read that, you can pause it and take a look at what each track is. It's got 16 CDs replicating the original 7-inch singles. Each CD contains the original A and B side, and there's 8 previously unreleased stereo and mono mixes, and a 52-page hardcover picture book. Here's the next one. And I'm pretty sure all the CDs look the same, but a few more left. And then here we have kind of made to look like a promo CD. It's got just 4 extra tracks on there. And then it includes this paper insert here. I think it's kind of made to look like a surfboard, but it's just got the listing of all the tracks that are on each CD. And the back side is just like a surfboard with a picture on the end. And then this book is kind of neat. It's made to look like sand, and it's actually textured. It's kind of rough, so it feels like sand. It's kind of interesting. Again with the racing stripes there. And it's actually a really good book. It's got these opaque pages here. And like I said, this is just a picture book. There's no notes or anything like that in here. Like each one of these has one of the guys' faces on it. You can see that. We'll end there. Okay, I'll have to put that back when I'm done. Okay, so that was 2008, and in 2009 they come up with another greatest hits, I guess, compilation. This is the Summer Love Songs in 2009. Like the title suggests, it's a collection of tunes based with the love theme in them. It's from songs from the 1963 to 1970 period, and again, like it contains new stereo mixes of several of the tracks, and there's a revised mix of Dennis Wilson's song "Fallen in Love," which makes its debut on this CD. And I can see when I opened it, it contained this card here for getting a custom ringtone for your cell phone. Pretty sure that that's probably not possible anymore. not too much info in here, just the track listing, and I think just when each song was originally released. But if you need some Beach Boys love songs, this is the collection you need to get, I guess. Okay, that was 2009. In early 2011, there was rumors of a Smile box set coming out, and then for Record Store Day, they actually released a double EP. Well, yeah, the Beach Boys. And you can see it says Smile on the back. These are all numbered. The one thing, they're really 180 gram EPs. But the interesting thing about these is they actually play at 78 RPM. So if you don't have a record player that plays 78 RPM records, you're kind of out of luck. Fortunately for me, my player does play those records, so I can actually enjoy listening to these. And then there's also the promo inside, Smile, coming soon. So then we actually were treated to, in 2011, the Beach Boys Smile box set. On my channel I do have a video dedicated just to this set, so if you want to see everything in here, just go back and check out that. I'll go into better detail on that video. In 2012, that marked the 50th anniversary of the Beach Boys getting together in 1962, and they released an album, That's Why God Made the Radio. I don't actually have a copy of that album. I do have it downloaded on my computer, but I don't have a physical copy of that yet. I'm looking to get it. It charted at number 3, and it was their biggest selling album of new material since 1965, so that's pretty impressive. I do actually have the single, That's Why God Made the Radio. It's just got the album version on one side and an instrumental version on the other side. There's a picture of the label. And to go along with their 50th anniversary, they also released yet another greatest hits collection. There is a smaller version. I think there's a 1 CD version, and this is a 2 CD box set version. This one's got 50 tracks on it, so it's named 50 Big Ones, kind of going back to the 15 Big Ones album. Here's the hype sticker that was on there. 2 CDs, 7 collectible postcards. This is just the track listing that was on the back. So disc 1, we got early picture of the boys there. Again, they went with the original looking record labels there. And here's disc 2 with their 50th anniversary picture. Again, the same. I really like that label. That's one of my favorite record labels. And we also got a book included. Lots of great pictures and essays and whatnot. Okay, we're almost at a half hour. Sorry about that, folks, but we're getting close to the end anyway. So then we got a postcard of each of the guys here. Okay, moving along. 2013 they released a giant box set. Actually, I should go back. Yeah, no, that's okay. Getting my notes screwed up here. In 2013, they released the big box set. I originally have this one for their 30th anniversary. This one kind of marks their 50th anniversary. And there are tracks on this original one that aren't on this one, and vice versa, so I guess you need both sets. I guess I actually did keep the hype sticker that was on the front. And track listing from the back. Kind of designed, it's kind of padded, kind of a fake leather feel. Designed to look like a school yearbook. They got all the guys signed it. Not actual signatures, they're just copies. With some notes in there from the guys. This is a really big book, so I'm not going to go through every page in here, but I'm just going to give you a glimpse of some of the stuff in here. So apparently my camera will only record 30 minutes at a time, so hopefully if you're watching this I've successfully spliced the two videos together. But as I was saying, Disc 5 has some unreleased live material as well, which was not on the other box sets that I've shown, so a lot of unreleased material on that box set. So that's a really good one to get as well. Okay, so we're up to 2013. In 2015 they put out the Beach Boys Party Uncovered and Unplugged. This is kind of similar to some of the other things that they've been doing with the sessions material. I think one of the reasons they do this is for copyright reasons. If they don't release something over so many years, then it goes into a public domain. So they kind of want to keep it away from that. But this has got on Disc 1, it's got the full original album, and then it goes into the sessions, and yeah, the rest of Disc 1 and all of Disc 2 are just sessions from the Beach Boys Party album, because it wasn't actually a Beach Boys Party, it was an album recorded in the studio, and then there was party atmosphere kind of added later on over top. So they got a lot of the pre-party music on here, which is kind of interesting if you're used to the original album. This is also available on vinyl, but I just have the CD. Okay, that's 2015, getting closer to the present day. So in 2016, we go back to 1966 because it's the 50th anniversary of the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds. And we have the deluxe set here. It's kind of interesting. They got kind of a textured, fuzzy sheep on there. That's kind of interesting. Some felt. So I'm pretty sure if you don't have the 30th anniversary Pet Sounds Sessions box set, this, at least for the most part, I don't know if all the tracks are on here, but for the most part it's basically got everything that was on that set. Again, it gets to be a little long with the pages, but here we got the different tracks with the lyrics, more pictures. Got some session notes, who played on each song. Mostly the Wrecking Crew for every song. You know who the Wrecking Crew is. Got some producer's notes. Just lots more pictures. And then here we got the discs are on these cardboard pages. So there's disc 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then there's also the Blu-ray Pure Audio. Disc 1 through 3 are the Pet Sounds sessions. And then disc 4 is live recordings of the songs from various concerts, just Pet Sounds songs that were recorded live. And then the second half of the album it's called Stack of Vocals, where it's just the vocals without any backing instrumentation. And then there's the album itself in 5.1 stereo. So if you like that album, that's a good one to get. And then in 2017, to mark the 50th anniversary of Wild Honey and other albums of that era, they put out 1967 Sunshine Tomorrow. Again, this is more sessions and things like that, which I really enjoy. I wish the Beatles would put out official releases like this with different session material. But on it's a 2-disc set. On disc 1, it's got the full Wild Honey version, or Wild Honey album in the stereo. And then the second half of the disc, it's Wild Honey Sessions. Everything else on here is all previously unreleased. So we have Wild Honey Sessions from September to November, Wild Honey Live, 1967 to 1970. Then disc 2 has Smiley Smile Sessions, and there's a live Hawaii concert album that's all on disc 2, and then some other live in Hawaii concert songs, and Thanksgiving tour in Washington D.C. and Boston. There's a few tracks on the end there from that concert as well. So lots of material packed onto just two CDs. Yeah, this is the first ever complete stereo mix of the album that was released on this CD. Following this CD, there was a compilation that was after this. It was 2 download-only albums. Sunshine Tomorrow 2, it's the studio sessions, and then there was a live Sunshine download album. I do have those downloaded on my computer, but it's just mostly more session tracks and stuff like that. So, and then just this year, 2018, the Beach Boys put out another album with the Royal Philharmonic. It's got a lot of their hit songs with the Royal Philharmonic kind of backing them with orchestration and things. I don't have that one at this point, but the vinyl is coming out of that album in a few weeks here, so if I see it out and about, I'll maybe pick it up. I saw it was on orange vinyl possibly, so that'll be pretty cool. But as for now, this is all the Beach Boys stuff I got, so hope you enjoyed watching this video, and stay tuned for more future videos on my channel. Thanks for watching, everybody.